Hello, it's Nemesis Nick here. I'm a keen fan of the Eurovision Song Contest. It's time to talk Eurovision. The Ukrainian national final for the Eurovision Song Contest 2025, the Vidbir 2025 final, took place in Kyiv on Saturday the 8th of February 2025. Yesterday evening, Tuesday the 11th of February, I watched the Vidbir 2025 final online from UK on demand 3 days late. Fortunately, I had no knowledge of the results at the time because I did all I could to avoid accidentally seeing the winner or the rest of the scores anywhere online until I watched the show. That way I was still able to enjoy the songs being performed, rank them in My Eurovision Scoreboard, and enjoy the announcement of the jury and televoting scores, knowing I'd still be in for a surprise. However, I didn't see preview videos of the songs beforehand, so my online viewing of the Vidbir 2025 final was my first time of seeing or hearing any of the songs. Likewise, I hadn't seen any of the lyrics or background information about the songs beforehand, so I had difficulty identifying component parts of some of the songs whilst watching last night. Anyway, here are the notes I made about the songs whilst watching on demand last night. By the way, I can't speak Ukrainian. I've tried listening carefully to the names which are called out during the show, but please excuse me if I mispronounce any Ukrainian artist names or song titles. Okay, Song 1, Vlad Sharif, Wind of Change. It's difficult judging the first song in a national final when one hasn't previewed any of the songs beforehand, but anyway, first in the lineup was a ballad or power ballad. I like the way Vlad sang the opening verse and pre-chorus. It took until the first instance of the chorus for him to sing more powerfully, accompanied by a beat. Up until now, the background screen included wheels for some mysterious reason. The second verse and second instance of the pre-chorus was sung similarly to the first. After the second instance of the chorus, the bridge was noticeably different to the rest of the song. Here, the background screen was dark with stars. During the final instance of the chorus, heads could be seen on the background screen. Not bad as an opener, but I'm not sure this would have been competitive enough for Eurovision. Song 2, Abby, Dim. This is very much an Eastern style song with a beat that can be heard from the start. Abby has a good, beautiful voice which she was able to vary for the different parts of the song. I liked the way she was accompanied by dancers and their movements before the bridge. Various Eastern style sounds could also be heard, and I liked the various patterns on the background screen. The bridge was noticeably different. Abby performed on a predominantly dark stage in this part of the song. Finally, the stage was lit and the dancers could be seen again for the closing section. This would have been a good choice for Eurovision. It would almost certainly have reached the final. Song 3, Melody, My Sea. Now for what I call soft rock. This was sung rather softly during the opening section. White lines were shown with white filler appearing between them on the background screen. It took until the first instance of the chorus to get powerful. The second verse was more powerful than the first. During this verse, blue lines appeared on the background screen and blue light beams were used. Towards the end, a side view of a pool of water was simulated on the background screen. I'm mystified as to the significance of that. At the end, the title My Sea appeared on the background screen. Altogether, quite a powerful song. The inclusion of a drum kit enhanced the performance and the background screen images were a worthwhile addition. Soft rock fans may enjoy this song, but this is low-key compared to even Erasmus, Jezebel in 2022. let alone the entries from Blind Channel and Måneskin in 2021. Song 4, Future Culture, Waste My Time. Well, I don't know what this is. I wasn't at all keen on this. The performance had some interesting graphics on the background screen though. Coloured horizontal lines during the Waste My Time review sections, which I take as a chorus, and tower blocks during the in-between bits. For some mysterious reason, bubbles appeared at the end. Not my taste in music at all, but no doubt some people enjoy this style. Song 5, Marsha Kondratenko, No Time to Cry. This began with a side view of Marsha. The song became quite powerful, accompanied by flashing lights during the first instance of the chorus. Various styles followed. I liked the way the three dancers held dolls whilst dancing, but I'm mystified as to the significance of the dolls. Finally, the closing section was impressive. This was accompanied by the graphic images on the background screen. Altogether, quite an unusual song, really, which seems to mix a variety of styles, but they work well together. And the background screen and images and lighting effects are appropriate for the various parts of his song. Furthermore, Marsha has a good voice and the talent to sing in the various styles required for this composition. Song 6, Hayat, Honour. Well, this began with singing in an unusual style. A filler section which followed features dancers. After that, there was another sung section and another dance section. The final section sounded like rap. The song was enhanced by the orange-yellow images on the background screen and smoke dry ice effects. Some bursts of strobe lighting were included at times. All in all, quite an unusual entry. It's not the sort of thing I'd listen to out of choice. If this had gone to Eurovision, would enough viewers in countries other than Ukraine have wanted to vote for this to get this to the grand final and get a respectable placing once there? Interestingly, this won a jury vote, scoring 10 jury points, but finished just 5th in the public vote with just 6 televote points, and thus ended up 4th with 16 points overall. Song 7, Finka Kultura. Another unusual sounding song. Presumably this is Ukrainian folk, though it sounded like a bit of rap was added early on. The members of the group had some amazing outfits in the background screen images, e.g. pictures, which flipped over and later on captions enhanced the performance. I'd like to know what language this was performed in Vidbir as well. Song 8, Krilata. Stay true. I'm not sure what style this is meant to be, but the song started slow and partway through it became really fast. Various images appeared on the background screen and there was good use of light during this fast middle section. Near the end, Krilata slowed down and she was on a dark stage under a spotlight. Altogether, this is a song which starts slowly, has a rapid, lively middle bit and then a slow end section. Afterwards, Krilata spoke. From the English version of what she said, it sounds to me as though she had a message to get across in song, but one would need to analyse the lyrics and do background reading about the song to understand this song and fairly judge it. Song 9, Zifferblatt, or Zifferblatt, Bird of Prey, another unusual song. There are some really overpowering sections and some high-pitched moments. The centrepiece was the artificial mini garden which was placed on stage for a band to perform in. The drum kit and electric guitar feature in this performance. Various background screen images enhanced this still further. Song 10, DK Energetic Seal. I like the music that formed the introduction, but once the singing started it became clear this is a form of rock which I'm not keen on. This included various different art images on the background screen. On the whole, this is a song which rock fans will enjoy, and it's somewhat different to rock songs that appeared at Eurovision before. Okay, bear with me a minute. Those are my points of view on the 10 finalist songs based solely on my viewing of them in the Vidbir 2025 final. Remember, I hadn't previewed any of the songs beforehand, so my viewing last night, whilst watching on demand, was my first time of seeing or hearing any of them. Anyway, here is my ranking of the 10 songs on My Eurovision Scoreboard. 10th, in other words, bottom of my ranking, 10th, Future Culture. 9th, DK Energetic. 8th, Krilata. 7th, Vlad Sharif. 6th, Zifferblatt. 5th, Molody. 4th, Finca. 3rd, Hayat. 2nd, Marsha Kondratenko. And first, in other words, my winner, top of my ranking, Abby. The winner was Zifferblatt, Bird of Prey. After finishing second with 9 points in the jury vote, they won the public vote with 10 points and thus won overall with 19 points. Although I placed Zifferblatt just 6th on my Eurovision scoreboard, evidently plenty of Ukrainian viewers liked their entry more than me. Congratulations to Zifferblatt for winning. They did well to win in a competitive national final, so Zifferblatt will represent Ukraine with Bird of Prey at the Eurovision Song Contest 2025 in Basel in May. Ukraine is drawn to perform in the first half of the first semi-final on Tuesday the 13th of May 2025. I won't be able to vote that evening as the United Kingdom doesn't vote that evening. Good luck to Zifferblatt in the Eurovision Song Contest 2025 first semi-final and in the grand final if they get there. Well done to the other 9 finalists who took part on that night, no matter what their scores and where they placed in both halves of voting and overall. In particular, well done to Hayat, who won the jury vote but finished just 5th in the public vote and ended up 4th overall. I must admit, I personally think 4 hours and 40 minutes was too long for a national final that contained just 10 competing finalist entries. I thought the gaps between songs were too long for a start. There were plenty of impressive interval acts, but they too were spaced out by gaps with talking. In fact, I had a shock when I found a show on YouTube yesterday evening and saw how long it was. At a push, I wouldn't have minded so much if it was 3 hours, but I personally think 2.5 hours would have been plenty long enough for a national final. I think 2.5 hours would have been plenty long enough for a national final which contains 10 songs. Let's face it, the Eurovision Song Contest 2023 Grand Final had 26 competing songs, and I think that was managed to be kept about 4 hours and 10 minutes or thereabouts. Do you agree or disagree with my points of view on the songs or my ranking? What do you think of the result? Do you feel the correct song won Vidbir 2025 final? Out of the 10 finalists, which song did you want to win and thus represent Ukraine at the Eurovision Song Contest 2025? Whether you watched Vidbir 2025 final or not, do you think Bird of Prey stands a good chance of qualifying to the Eurovision Song Contest 2025 grand final and doing well once there? Or do you think it will be eliminated in the semi-final? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, remember to hit the like button, and if you're liking all my Eurovision videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, trick or treat. Goodbye, da boch, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, adios, arrivederci, do widzenia, do pobacenia.